Hey everybody, welcome. So today I'm going to do a little get ready with me, and this is going to be just like my basic, like I needed to be out the door like 5 minutes ago look. So it's going to be no foundation, just some like concealer, brows, lips, lashes, some powder. I have a ton of dry shampoo in my hair right now, so let's just overlook that I look like a hot mess. And yeah, we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna go in, actually first, I just have this little like Blotterazzi thing. I don't think you particularly need this, but I don't have any like blotting papers handy. I've already put on all of my skincare, and I'm just gonna take this and kind of blot all of my skin really well to get off any oils that may have already accumulated because I am so oily. And I do this anytime that I am like, you know, putting on makeup to like go out somewhere. If I'm filming, I don't necessarily bother with it just because it doesn't matter what my skin looks like up close. But here I really want to try and get rid of all the oils. And I believe I got this tip from Wayne Goss, and he used it as a way to prevent your foundation from oxidizing. But I just really like the way that it gives you a really good canvas to combat the oils before they really start. So my skincare has been soaking in for about 15 minutes, and this is what we're gonna do. Now this, I can usually do this whole routine in like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how many products I use, how in depth I go. But of course it's gonna take a little bit longer today since I am chit-chatting with you guys. But I'm just gonna go in with some Bye Bye Under Eye. I talked about this in my face declutter. I really like this on no makeup days. So I'm just going to blend it a little bit with my finger, and then I'm going to go in with this It Cosmetics Airbrush Blending Crease Concealer something. I'll look in a second and tell you what it is. But I just like to warm it up, like I said, with my finger a little bit, and then really go in with the brush and not really like, you know, rub at it, but just kind of stipple it into my skin. I have this big ass mirror here. Let me just see how it's looking up close. Guys, on days like this, I really don't care if my dark circles are completely gone because, you know, that's just not going to happen with how bad these are. But I just want to look like I gave like half a damn, you know. I don't want to look quite so Night of the Living Dead, and just look a little bit more alive, but I really don't care if my dark circles show through that much. But as you can see, this pretty much covers them quite a bit. So I am happy with the way that it looks just for me. I know some people may want them covered completely. Some people don't give a damn at all. You know, makeup is just personal preference, but I feel like I'm yammering right now. Like, I filmed a video last night that was my Tids and Bits declutter. Oh my gosh, you guys, I sound like I'm running a marathon through the whole thing because I was trying to film it so fast while my husband was in the shower. And I was just like the whole time like, it was a little crazy. So forgive me on that one if you watch that. Okay, so that's not so bad. This is the It Brushes for Ulta Airbrush Concealer, and this comes in the It Brushes for Ulta Airbrush 101 kit that's like 5 brushes in a patent leather looking case. I have a whole review on that one. Highly recommended. This is so great. And really, I was watching Katie Lusterlux, and she is like, I would say she's like my favorite big YouTuber. I just like her personality a lot, and I feel like, you know, she's a little bit more down to earth than a lot of them, but every time that she uses this, or really almost any concealer, I feel like she will go in a lot with this Morphe brush. I think it's the E8, something like that, but it looks a lot like this, and every time I see it, I'm like, ooh, I need that brush. It looks so good. And then I was like, Lindsay, just wait a cotton picking minute here. Just look in your collection. I'm sure you have a brush like that. And this one is basically a dupe for it. Granted, it is a little bit more expensive if you're buying the whole kit. But honestly, guys, I kind of don't want to buy like Morphe. Not really because of them or anything, but I'm just very leery on purchasing from online only type of retailers, especially makeup ones and stuff. Like, I just get a little nervous about my credit card info because it's been compromised a few times. So, and I looked on Amazon and I couldn't find it there. So, long story short, I don't need that brush. This one works just fine. Let me see how I'm doing over here. Because, you know, on the camera, everything looks perfect, and then you look up close and you're like, whoa, whoa, girl, whoa. What are you doing with your life? So I like to just go in layers on this. Use a little bit, and then use a little bit more if I need it. Because this is a very heavy-duty and very hydrating concealer. So I don't want to put too much. And then I also like to just go over my lids a little bit on it, too. I think I skipped that over here. Whew. You guys, I'm going today to the dermatologist in like 3 hours. I have to film another video after this. And I'm going to get this mole removed that's right here. You can see it right there. It used to be a freckle like 12 years ago. Up until I was about 18, it was a freckle. And then as soon as I moved to Chicago, which was 12 years ago, it started growing. And it was like small at first. And then it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I was like, oh no, this is not good. I'm not having it. Because my grandma has a similar one. And it's like the size of a pencil eraser now. And it's just like, oh no, we're not going to do that. So I asked my dermatologist about it. And he was like, oh yeah, we can just remove it. And then whenever I told him that it used to be a freckle and that it had been growing, he was like, say what? So now he's like, well, no, we need to remove it and... you know, test it to make sure that there's no like precancerous cells or anything like that. And I was like, oh, isn't that lovely? So what I thought was just a cosmetic type of thing is now like a let's send this off for tests kind of thing. I'm not too worried about it though. I honestly don't think it's anything major. I think it's just genetic, but we'll see. I just really hope like that it doesn't mess up my brow hairs. He said it shouldn't, but it would really suck if they like shaved half of it off. They're supposed to just go in though and just kind of like take a little like scalpel and just slice it right off like a, you know, like a slicing a carrot or something, but we'll see. So this was the Maybelline Dream Touch Lumi. For my under eyes, on no makeup days, I will either use the Bye Bye Under Eye, or I will use the Dream Touch Lumi, or I will use the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer. It just depends on my mood, either one. And then I like to just go like this, kind of brushing it inward, because I do have all these little lines. Now that that is done, I will just go in a little bit with my Makeup Forever Mattifying Primer. And I'm just going to use it just where I need it. Which is going to be down the center of my face. Really, my whole face is oily, but this is my, like, worst bits. So I'm just going to use that and just kind of work it into the skin so that it's not sitting too heavily on there. And actually, I already put concealer on my nose. So, well, whatever. YOLO. Sometimes I just get going and I forget steps, you know? Happens to the best of us. Okay, so that's done. Next I'm going to go in with, what am I going to go in with? Powder, I think? I'm going to set my under eyes with one powder. And then I'm going to set my face with a different one that I just tried the other day. Where's my powder brush for that? You guys, I'm so disorganized. Like, we spent the last 2 weeks out on the road because they kind of messed up and didn't get us home 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. 1 week ago, because we spent 1 week on the road. We were supposed to get home last weekend, and we didn't. Well, we're supposed to be home every weekend. You guys know what I mean. But we didn't get home because they messed it up. And so we ended up spending 4 days in Dallas. We took like a little mini vacation, got a hotel room and a rental car and stuff, and just kind of, you know, had some fun there. But at the same time, it's like, whenever you're supposed to be home, you'd really rather be home. So it was good to get home yesterday and just have a little bit of time to relax and decompress. We used to spend like 4 to 6 weeks out on the road, and then we got this weekly home time run, and we've been doing that for the past year. So whenever you want to be home, it's just like, oh my God, can you just get me home already? I just want to be home. Especially whenever we're only home for like a day and a half, and I have to cram everything that needs to be done into that day and a half. So it's just like, blah. So I'm going to go in with this new powder that I picked up in Dallas. It's nothing special, but it's new to me. It's the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous. And I have this in the 105 to 110 range, fair. It looks a little bit deeper than fair to me in the pan in person, but I really, really loved this. I wore it in the truck the other day with no primer on underneath, nothing else, just the powder, just to see like kind of how it would do with controlling my oil, because it claims to do that. Oh my gosh, you guys, this was amazing. I was kind of shocked because I checked it 2.5 hours after I put it on, and I was starting to get a little bit oily. But normally within 45 minutes, I'm a complete grease ball if I'm not wearing any primer or anything else, just bare skin. So this was amazing. And then I blotted and reapplied. And about 6 hours later, whenever I checked it again, I was still only a little bit oily. And especially here where I have the most pores, it wasn't accentuating them very much. It was just very like good. It just looked good, and it didn't look like powder on my skin at all. It looked like nothing, which was amazing. I'm just not used to a powder doing that, like especially a powder foundation type of powder and not a setting powder. So I'm still testing this out, but so far I can tell you that I'm loving it. Just loving it. So that's what's been going on with me. It's Monday right now, and it's fairly early in the morning. I just got back from Walmart doing grocery shopping, and I picked up a couple new things to try. I finally got that Milani Make It Last setting spray, which I've been looking for literally in 3 different states and could not find it. But finally, my Walmart had it. You know what? I went to the Walmart in Dallas, and they had a huge beauty section, but then I feel like they didn't have a lot of things in it. Like, they had a lot of product of, like, this powder. They had, like, 50, you know, unit cartons of it. But then they didn't have a lot of different things of selection. You know what I mean? Like, I was a little disappointed with them. Because it's always kind of interesting to see other people's Walmart beauty sections, because they vary so much. The Sacramento one is super tiny, but they almost always have all the new stuff, so that's kind of nice. Ooh, by the way, I mentioned in my last video, the foundation video, that I wanted to try those MODA prismatic brushes, but I couldn't find them anywhere. You guys, I found them in Dallas, and I stared at them for a good like 3 to 5 minutes, and then I just decided, you know, I don't think I want to try them, because the next video that I'm filming is going to be some new products that I've tried, some new products that I haven't tried yet, just kind of a haul. And I tried a similar brush to that, to, you know, those spoon type brushes. Guys, it was terrible. It was terrible. So it just really kind of made me not want to try the MODA ones, because I felt like it would kind of be a waste of my money. So there's that. Let's see, what's next? Oh, you know what? Let me take this Laura Mercier powder just real quick. Let me hit it just one time and just take that kind of along the perimeter, because it does give me just a little bit of life and glow. But it's like super, super, super subtle. Like, you can't really tell unless you're like right up next to me, which I like. I wouldn't suggest this for oily skin, like as an all-over powder, though, because it is a little bit glowy. But if you have dry skin, you'd probably really love it as an all-over powder. Whew. What else do we got to do? Let me see. I've concealed, I've powdered, I have primed. Normally I would just finish this up with some brows, lashes, and a lip product, but today, just to be a little bit extra, I am going to just add a little bit of shadow just to my lash line on the outer edge, just to give me a little bit of dimension out there. I'm just going to go into this Tartelette Tease and just this matte brown color. And I just have a tiny little brush, and I'm just going to dip it in like the smallest amount. And just, I put the powder on this top side, so I'm gonna flip it so that the top side with the powder is facing up so that it doesn't fall out too much. And I'm just gonna place that right there, right up against my lash line. So there it is placed, and I'm just gonna kind of smudge it a little bit. So you see how it gives my eye just a little bit more like depth over here, a little bit more definition, whatever other D word you want to use. Because then we'll just add mascara, and it's a little bit kind of like a smoky eye light. So next I'm just going to do brows, and then I'm going to do lashes off camera because I can't talk whenever I do lashes. But I'm going to do these right quick. I have a full review on this Maybelline Maybelline brow product. Guys, it's my favorite. Can't live without it. Best thing I've ever tried, and it's so quick. Like, I feel like I could do these in my sleep with this product. I just hope that I'm not doing this, like, in vain. Like, I think I would cry if they were like, yeah, we have to, like, shave your lashes. Why do I keep saying lashes? Guys, I didn't sleep much last night. I think I would cry if they said that they had to shave my brows in order to do this. Like, they're calling it a surgery, but honestly, I'm like, dude, you're just gonna whack it off. Like, you know, like you're cutting some hair or something. Like, this is no big deal. I mean, maybe I'm not making as much of it as I should, but I feel like this is not a surgery. It's just, you know, you're just going to take it off and then I'm going to walk out. Like, it's not like I'm going under anesthesia or something. Jesus. This is how I just like to do my brows. This is not everybody's cup of tea, but I just really like a more like natural, bushy brow. I just feel like whenever I do my brows, it just looks very severe because I have such large brows already and I have a lot of brow hairs. So on me, I just feel like that's a little bit too much. So yeah, look at that. I know they're supposed to be sisters and not twins, but come on now. This one is always my problem brow. Like, these never want to like come up as high as I want them. They have a tendency to lay flat a little bit more. And now I feel like these aren't good enough now that I fixed that one. I feel like this brow is like sparser than this brow. Ooh. Actually, I think the problem is that I need to pluck. Oh yes, I need to pluck down here. This is getting a little out of control. I ain't got time for it today though. I ain't got time for it. Guys, I will go out of the house with imperfect everything. I really don't give a damn. If you're gonna judge me for it, like out in public, cool, you do you. Because I ain't got time for it. So I'm gonna go in with lashes off camera. I'm just gonna use the Sephora Lash Craft Length and Volume. This came in a Sephora Play box. We'll see how it goes. You know, I've never tried it before. Okay, so there's the mascara on. I really like how it looks on the top lashes, but I'm really not a fan of the bottom lashes. I don't feel like I got a whole lot of separation and length on the bottom ones. However, I did get a good amount on the top ones, so I like it for the top, not for the bottom. I'll have to use it some more to see how I feel overall. A lip. I need a lip. Oh my gosh. So let me see here. I really want to wear, oh no, is it in the other one? I think it's in this one. I really want to wear a more like sheer, ooh, this one, yes, this one. I'm going to go in with the Lipstick Queen Jean Queen, because this is just a nice sheer lipstick that I don't have to like fuss too much with. And it looks pretty and healthy, and there you go. So, and obviously I'm going to do something else with my hair. Maybe I'll just go like this. But there you have it. I still need to film one more video, so I will get kind of a little bit more ready whenever I'm ready to go. Ooh, let me go in with this. This is that new Milani makeup setting spray. So we'll see how that is. Oh, good Lord. That comes out a little bit wet, if you will, like a rain shower, but it smells kind of nice. So there you have it. 5-minute, whenever you're not yammering on, 5-minute out the door, no makeup look. And I am still going to film a, everyday foundation / makeup look tutorial. I just don't have time this week, so hopefully next time, hopefully next week whenever I come home, I have some time to film that. But, yeah, there's that. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chat, get ready with me, talking about cutting my mole off type of tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.